Children can identify with these numbers. Of course, there's some new numbers on just how many parents are still providing financial support for children over the age of 18.
47% of parents surveyed by Savings.com say they still provide their grown children with at least some financial support. And on average, the parents surveyed say it comes out to more than $1,300 a month. And that could be putting their own retirement at risk. So we're joined by local financial advisor Jordan Flowers. Jordan, thanks for being here.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Oh,
Flowers.
man, I was telling you, I ran into him in the green room. Like, okay, my daughter's about to graduate from Indiana, and she is going to get a job. But sometimes those jobs don't pay the bills. So why do you think so many parents are now helping their adult children financially? And what are the expenses? Are they the basic expenses that they're helping them with?
Yeah, so I think because parents love their children. I have a 7-month-old at home, so I haven't had him go through college yet, but I love him. I want to support him. So parents love their children. They want to support them, but a lot of these expenses are kind of just for kind of rent, maybe for food. You know, the inflation's high, maybe loans are high, but that's the real expenses that our parents are taking over to help their children get jump-started to their financial careers.
Well, let's talk about more numbers. We're talking about 58% of the parents have sacrificed their own financial security for the sake of their adult children. Only 37% of the parents said the same. Now, what kind of sacrifices really are these parents making with these adulting, I guess you call it?
Yeah, so I like to say when you look at this from a financial sense, kind of like when you go to the airplane, you want to put your oxygen mask on before you put on the person next to your children.
Good analogy.
Same from a financial planning point of view. A lot of these parents are sacrificing their own retirement by helping their children financially. And that can create a lot of strain on their long-term retirement goals. And actually, the sad statistic is 60% of some of that money that's being spent is not on necessities that they're helping their children with. It could be on they're having fun in college. It could be them on going on vacation. And that's what parents really need to look at and make sure they have a plan for.
Oh, he just hit the nail right on the head. Those
Okay, so
disposable income
clearly
there.
we have to have boundaries with like every part of life. So how do parents have these boundaries with their children?
You got to set expectations and guidelines. And I know from my parents, they sold me an old Lincoln Town Car.
Okay.
And they didn't give it to me for free. They actually charged me $5,000 and gave me 10% interest. But it taught me lessons on interest and debt, and because of those, I don't have debt today. So set guidelines, set expectations, make sure that they're not just having fun with that money you're helping out. Make sure they're contributing to their 401ks. They're investing for their financial future. But I should say, first and foremost, make sure the parents have their financial plan in place. A lot of as they grow up, we're all getting older, right? There could be a long-term care. Want to make sure that they're still a child when they get older, that they're not their caregiver, and make sure they have a plan for their retirement and long-term care.
I think that's such a great point because our kids, and you'll find this out. So just a 7-month-old you have right now?
7 months, yeah.
About 17
What's his
years
name?
still you're making.
His name is Jaden.
Yeah,
Okay,
so Jaden wants to be just like Dad Jordan, right? They want to emulate us. They want to be like us. And your nieces and nephews the same way, right? Yeah. So setting an example like your parents did, look what they did. You're a financial advisor now. So teaching them what we do, I think, goes a long way.
Don't make it too easy. The best things in life come with a challenge. Challenge your child to make goals and hit those goals, and they'll be successful.
Well, I was talking to a psychiatrist today. Today is International Happiness Day. Around the world, United States no longer in the top 20 for the first time. And part of the research, they said, because young people don't feel happy about themselves, they don't feel like their lives are going to be as good as the parents. They said that happiness is a U-shaped scale. You're happy when you're born, and then midlife, you're just sad, and then you get up in your later years. But because of social media and young people, they feel like they're scared. They aren't going to do as well as their parents, or better. In each generation, you're doing better than your parents, I'm sure. You know,
a little better place than my dad was at my age, but my parents are good as well. But you learn to kind of just take these life lessons and make application of them to get you better day by day. And happiness isn't defined how much money you have; it's about your contentment in life. You don't need money to be happy, but you need expectations and boundaries to make sure you don't exceed those and get yourself in debt.
Yeah, I don't have any kids yet, but I've heard people tell me, like, be careful how many you have because think about all the tuition you're going to have to pay for. But my parents did not pay for my tuition, and I'm paying off my student debt. And I think that's fine, you know? I think it's fine to have student debt, and I'm still paying it off, and that's okay. Maybe with my kids, I'll help them pay for rent during college, so they have maybe a part-time job, not a full-time job. But I don't think I will ever pay for everything because my parents did it. And it taught me the values that I know now, than I have now. It really did.
Right.
So I want to make sure to pass that on too.
Yeah, hard work and earning your own. I think all of us here helped some young people. I don't know what the age you consider to be adult for. I know you said over the age of 18, but for most of us, we're all helping to pay for somebody's car note maybe, or, you know, but it is helping them to get ahead, because when they finally get to the place where they're going, and I think all of us, you know, Heisel's bringing back some memories. You know, I've been working since I was 12 years old as a paper girl. So, you know, we've had, what do you like? You've been working too?
Oh, no, I've imagined you as a paper girl.
Yeah, oh.
I paid like $2 an hour. I mean, right? I mean, you probably made pennies on the deal.
I mean, and you worked hard for it, and you took value in what you were doing. So, and I know I stayed in my parents' home till I got married, and that was, you know, 27 years old, and I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't mind, but I contributed. Now, I gave, you know, I paid some of the bills. I paid for the air conditioning, heating, bought groceries, my own car insurance, and things like that. So, like you said, you have to set some boundaries.
And there's more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. I truly believe that. So the more you give to your children, that's great, but also give them not just the money, give them those work ethic, give them those skills so they can be successful on their own.
Did you pay the 10% back?
I did. I paid that off within 2 years, and it was a 5-year contract.
Wow.
That's a
It's
good
you.
deal.
I mean, see, your son really got blessed picking you to
good.
be his parent.
So, Eva, if you're watching,
Right.
you got to pay your own rent when you graduate. Jordan
Wait, what did
says
you
so.
just say? You got to pay. She's got to pay rent to stay with you guys.
Well, no, after she moves out of the house.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said.
And that's the irony here. Like, we want her to live at home with us to save on rent. But if she wants to live in River North or Wrigleyville, you're going to have to pay your rent.
Really?
Right.
Well, what will you
Smart
pay her
move.
car note or insurance or
I've
something?
already done
gotta
that for a
do-
long time.
Okay.
I think once I graduated, my parents paid for maybe my cell phone for a year.
Right.
Okay,
Just
that's a
because
good
I was
reason.
on the plan.
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
I'm going to take the Flowers parents idea now and reach out and say, you got to pay back with some 10%.
And interest rates are higher now. You can charge more than that.
I think, though, setting these values and morals really go a long way for the next generation. And the more you set into the young people and giving them their wings to fly, they will soar. You can't just give them everything.
100%. But I do believe in making memories than just making money. And spending memory with your children while they're healthy and you're alive to do so is much more better than leaving a legacy to them. Because it's not about what you leave to them, it's really what you leave in them.
Yeah, I think it's great.
See?
Hey, thanks for sitting up here
powerful.
with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we loved it. We loved talking. We wish you the best as you're a new dad and your wife as well. You'll be plenty busy.
Sweet baby.
Respect to all parents.
Okay.
Oh, right. It's great. And
Do
it
we
goes
need
by
to ask
so
about
fast.
tax
Goes by
returns
so
coming and
fast.
how to not spend that all, or is that another conversation? We'll come back.
That could be a later segment.
Okay, all right.
Bring you back for sure. Yeah. Jordan, thanks for being
All
with
right.
us.
Yeah, great job.
We went a little longer than we planned, but this is good stuff. We wanted to talk
Right.
about, I know your niece, how are you going to